Hammo, a first game back in what seems like forever, coming up against Coventry. But first of all, a couple of weeks without a game. How's training been? How's the time off been?
Yeah, good. We had a bit of a down week last week, which kind of charged a few batteries. It's been a tough few weeks leading up to that. And then we're back into it this week, so had a really good week leading into Cov. So the boys trained really hard and look forward to the game tomorrow.
Coventry, probably a bit of a false read in the league table so far, because we know from pre-season that they're a good team.
Yeah, first game in charge and they dust us up. But no, mate, they're very good. They coach well. They've got a very good setup. They've got some great players there as well, mate. They've had a bit of a hard run against Ealing and Pirates away in that, and it hasn't gone their way. But if you watch the tapes and do a bit of homework, a bit of analysis on them, they can really play, and they love to throw the ball around. They attack. Their pitch down there is a 4G pitch or whatever, so it's fast, and that's the way they play. James Gainsbrook's their defensive coach, and they put a lot of heat defensively and come hard at you, so will be lots of challenges there. So yeah, I'm not really reading into this league tables all over the show, isn't it? So they are a very good team, and we've just got to make sure we understand what we need to do, and we've got to kind of get a performance and go well on Saturday. Is a big one for us, big focus point.
Like you said, then if you watch the tapes and then if you look at the league table and their results, they're two completely different entities.
Yeah, it's kind of, what are we going into round 7, and it's all over the show really, which is great, mate. It's, you got your Ealings kind of slowly getting there and putting in some massive performances, but everyone else is knocking over each other, which is good. And that's what we want, isn't it? So we want to make sure the league's really competitive, and those part-time teams are having a good crack at the full-time team and that side of it. So I think the next few weeks are pretty big for us, and that'll sort out the league table leading into Christmas time, mate.
Just looking at the team, Elliot Bale comes into the squad for the first time this season after injury. Same with Secco. Coxey's back from injury, and Cal Allen comes in for his first start of the season. Yeah,
it's good, mate. We've had good competition. We've missed a couple of the Seccos and the Coxey and these guys that have played a lot of championship rugby and a lot of experience up front for us. So these guys will come back in, and it's been a long few months without them. They're pretty excited to play, and they'll get an opportunity off the bench. Elliot, we signed him from over in France and has come back into us, and he's been class the last few months, but he's had a couple of niggles, and he's come fit and he's trained really well the last few weeks. And if these guys can train well and have opportunities, they'll get them, that's what we want. We're not a massive squad, but the guys work really hard and they want to improve each day, and they want an opportunity to play on Saturday. So these guys have done really well. We'll get there, and Cal's the same. Cal's worked really hard. He had a run out for the uni last week and put in a really good shift and trained really well as well. So these guys, again, they're asking what they need to work on. They want to improve. They want to become better players, and they're fitting into how we want to play and what we need to do. So pretty chuffed for those guys. But yeah, the medical team and the S&C and Jack and Dan and those guys have had their work cut out, getting these guys back on track. So massive thanks to those guys for pushing these guys around.
I was going to touch on Elliot Bale a little bit. Like you say, he came over from France in the summer, and he's just had such a frustrating time, just picking up niggles here and there. But he's back fit, and absolutely no doubt he'll be raring to go on Saturday. Yeah,
mate, he's a good bloke, good character. I kind of spoke to him when I was over still in Hong Kong, trying to get a number 10. We needed a couple of spots there. We had a good couple of guys at the club, and we just needed a little bit more experience. He's a little bit older. He's played a lot of champ rugby around a few teams, and he's been out in France the last few years as well. So he brings in a wealth of experience, and like I said, he's had to front because Sam Hollingsworth and Dan Lancasters and the Morgan Bunting, these guys have been putting in some good shifts and making it hard for him to get back in that team. But I'm pretty proud of how he's kind of handled that, and he's, like I say, he's had a rough 3 or 4 months to get to where he is. So good challenge for the guys around him as well, and it's a challenge for the guys that are in front of him to stay there as well. So that's what we want, mate. We want good competition at this club.
And Secco as well, it seems pretty strange from a Nottingham perspective that we've played all these games and Secco's not been part of them. He's just one of those, a bit like Poulet, that's just been part of the furniture for years. Yeah,
mate, it's good bloke, but I don't know too much about him, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he goes at Toby's. And we've had Whitcomb and Timmy Hoyt and these guys from Leicester, which has helped us out as well. So, but Secco's a massive part of our team, and he's a good character, and he's pretty physical at what he does. So the way we want to play, he'll be up the front of that, and he'll get an opportunity off the bench. And like I said, Toby deserves that start at the moment, which is great, and he puts a bit of pressure on him as well. So good bit of competition there, and that's, again, we've got a couple of good front rows there. So.